Hi, my fellow TIs. Um, I just received something in the mail. It must have been in there yesterday. I think I got my mail earlier yesterday. I think it was from the day before. And I went down there and checked my mail, which would have been yesterday. And, yeah, I received something in the mail. I talk about my mains, from my neighborhood. They mean that means those are my main three faves that, I love the most and that I like to spend time with. You know, there's other people from my hood that I love so much too. But these guys have been there for me. And like I said, I love them. No weird way, in a natural, loving, sisterly way. You know, I love their hearts. And sometimes they just surprise me, you know. I received in the mail from Wino. I've showed pictures of, the last little movie thing I did, I was with Wino. And okay, since I had the accident, you know how, like, you're able to poker face stuff, especially when you raise a boy, you got to be able to poker face, you know, when the kids, like, are going to fall, with a boy, you don't let them see fear on your face, you know, you know, reaching, to keep from falling and stuff, But since the accident, people that know me can read my face, and my face doesn't hide anything. It doesn't hide anything now. So, you've seen the movies that I think they're movies where you, like, put pictures together and stuff of me and my three mains. And, anybody that knows me can look at those pictures and see how pure my love is. Like I said, I didn't always used to be like this, you know. I wasn't this person. But, and I live in San Pedro. December 15th, it'll be 17 years I've lived here. But I'm from West Los. I'm from Hawthorne. And, I'm very proud of where I'm from. Because, when at a low point in my life when I was a kid, my dad was molesting me. And, these guys, from a gang, yeah. I know it sounds harsh, and yeah, I was an angry kid. They call me Sad Girl. And well named, because I didn't smile that often. I didn't laugh that often. And that carried on until I learned to laugh and smile. And now I'm a jokester. But Sad Girl still fits me. And even though I'm not broken no more. And back to, these guys found me. And, I've done things. Some horrible things. Everybody has a past. And I stand by mine. Because, after the accident, God changed me. And I learned to let things go that I used to carry deep inside me, and hate and anger. But these guys found me, and they taught me loyalty and respect and honor. And, I wasn't always this girly. Mind you, I wasn't dykey looking. Maybe I'll upload a picture of me when I was 12. Throwing up my neighborhood. And Dickies, Cortez, wearing a brim at 12 years old. That's when I got courted in. But these three guys, well, let me tell you something. I never had to try to fit in anywhere. These guys found me, and they gave me something to be proud of. They gave me family. And like I said, who knew at 52 years old that, no matter where we live, we're still from Hawthorne. No matter where we live, whether we live in Hawthorne or bumfuck Egypt, that a lot of these people I'd still be in contact with. And, my three mains, and there's one girl, Angel. I didn't know a lot of the girls from the hood, because I knew the girls from the hood that were related to the guys from the hood, or with the guys from the hood. See, I wear this straight out of Hawthorne shirt. I only got 2 shirts left. I mean, this, like I told you, I was bigger. So this didn't look like a tint on me before. It just looked baggy, but that's it. I can feel it. There's a fucking lot of radiation. EMF. Anything over 45 is radiation. But, these guys love me, and I love them. Like I said, I didn't know a lot of girls from the hood, except for if they were related to the guys or with them. Except for 2. One used to follow me around when she was little. I'd go spray paint on the railroad tracks in Lawndale, and she lived next to the railroad tracks. And she'd be out there. I'd feel eyes on me, and I'd look around, and this little child would be out there watching me. He'd escape through her fence, and sometimes she'd try to follow me, and I'd have to bring her all the way home. Yeah. Sometimes she'd be barefoot. They had a beautification program back then to where, it wasn't all rocky and dirty and stuff. It was grass and trees. In fact, one year we cut down one of the trees for a Christmas tree. But, and the other, well, the one that was little, and she always wanted to be like me. And when she got older, she ended up getting in the hood, in the girl's side. I'm from the guy's side. and shot by the same people that I got shot by. Linux. But it was the Linux sheriff station's fault. The Linux sheriff's fault. They picked me up in my neighborhood, and they took me down to Linux, the city of Linux, and told me to get out of the car. And they yelled out my hood and took off, you know. And, you know, in my 50s, which I'm 52 right now, I just started to find out that they didn't only do that to me. They did that to more than just me, you know. But, well, anyways, yeah, you know, I got in the mail from, well, you've seen Wino. He's no longer a wino. You know, that was the last, like, flip movie that I downloaded, you know, where he took me out to breakfast, well, lunch. We had breakfast. And, yeah, he took me out to breakfast at Norm's, and he took me to a movie. You know, I love this man. He's very thoughtful. You know, I love all three of them. They each got a beautiful heart. And, you know, I interact with them in a different way. I mean, when I had my accident, when I got off of life support, you know, that was like about 5, maybe 6 years ago, when there was a Suburban on top of me. It hit me. I flew 20 feet in the air, and it ended on top of me. You know, my whole spine goes like this. And, you know, you can't see it that much when I'm like sitting up straight, just a little bit. But when I'm relaxing, it all goes in, and it hurts. And everything has to do with your spine. Well, anyways, when I got off of life support, you know, they put me on, well, they intubated me, which means they stick something in your throat or something to where you can't talk and eat. They intubated me several times, but, oh, and it's a bitch when you get extubated. Man, well, when they take it out. But I got off of life support, and they intubated me. But, you know, as soon as they extubated me and took that thing out of me, you know, Grouchy and Nacho were there. My tongue was white. I got a picture. My tongue was white. And, you know, I always used to, when Nacho would use the Lord's name in vain, and he used to do it often, I used to hit him. I mean, hit him hard. Not in front of his daughter, but I would hit him hard. And I have a picture of Nacho, because the only thing that I could move was my arm, one arm, you know, and my neck and my head. But I used to hit him hard for using the Lord's name in vain. That's the only word that I've never used. But he used to say it a lot. And, you know, all I could move was one arm, and Grouchy and Nacho came to see me. And I have a picture of him bowing his head down for me to hit him. Because like I said, I could only, I only could move one arm. But he said the Lord's name in vain when he was by my bedside. And he bowed his head down for me to hit him. And I hit him. That's love. That's love. I also, Nacho, my tongue was white. And the nurse told them, don't give her nothing to drink or eat. And Nacho came up, hey, you thirsty homegirl? I said, yeah. Because my tongue was white. And he took his Coke and he fed me in little sips. And there's a picture of that too. Little sips. And I was so happy because I was so thirsty. He fed me in little sips. That's fucking love. You get me? And Grouchy snitched on him to the nurse because she snitched on the nurse. The nurse came in and said, you know that she's not supposed to eat or drink anything, right? He goes, yeah, you told me. She goes, would you like me to, or can I take that Coke? Or would you like me to take that Coke and keep it at the nurse's station for you? He said, no, I'm not gonna give her none. That's my Coke. So she left. And he gave me some more. I guess Grouchy snitched on him because she didn't want nothing to happen to me. And, he's the first one that took me out. Well, I had been out. After I learned to walk and stuff like that with my walker, the only place I had been is to the doctors. But he's the one that first took me out. And he took me to the hood. And I got around him. And, I was moving. Suddenly I was moving around in that walker like a professional. He took me to Fabulous in the hood. Fabulous Burgers. And I have a picture of that too. After I learned how to walk and I was still in my what do you call it? My spine brace. He took me away to TJ. I was with his girlfriend and him. And I fell. And he picked me up. In the morning, trying to get dressed. He wouldn't let his girlfriend pick me up. At night and stuff, he, strapped my spine brace up because it had to be like a vice grip, It had to be like a vice grip. And with all my ribs broken and shit, hey. But, in the morning, trying to tie my shoes. He wouldn't let his girlfriend tie my shoes. He tied my shoes. If that's not brotherly love, what is? Did you get me? I don't know why, but I feel stronger around these guys. I feel stronger around people from my home team. Ouch. Yeah, I do. Shorty, you've seen I uploaded like one of those picture movies of, you know, Nacho and Shorty when they took me out this last time. You know, I could feel like crap. And one of them will pick me up. And I feel less like crap, less weak. Yeah. You know, Shorty, him and his wife picked me up when I was still in my walker. And took me out to some barbecue place. That hurt. By the new Pike. And that was the last time. That's a long time I've been on here. That was the last time that I used my walker. You know, after the accident. Yeah. He went to go park the car and find a parking space and let us out. You know, mind you, I'm still in my brace. My spine brace. But he forgot it. And usually, you know, when, you know, just in my apartment, if I tried to go without the walker from my bed to the bathroom, which wasn't far away, and back, I'd be like out of breath, you know, but you know what? I went to the bathroom at that restaurant, and yeah, I was a little bit out of breath. And before I left, I went to the bathroom again. But that was the last time I used my walker, because I felt stronger around him. I was with Shorty and his wife and mind you, Shorty's parents' door was always open to me as a kid, you know, like I've told you before, you know, whether Shorty was there or not, you know, yeah, they loved me and they parented me. And Bati is the only one that knows how much her mom loved me. So he's not only like a brother from the hood, you know. I look at him like he's my own brother because his mother helped raise me and his mother loved me. Well, anyways, you know, they took me to a block party and I was still in my spine brace. And mind you, it's hard to be in a spine brace. But, you know, his grandson was still tiny baby. And, you know, all these guys, you know, kept on coming to and sitting next to me, you know, under our tent, you know, one of those big old tents. They all had tents and stuff. And, yeah, and sitting next to me and stuff, you know, even though I had this big white brace on, you know, guys would come up and sit down next to me and try to talk to me, and I'd tell them I'm gay, you know, and most of them would leave. This one guy didn't leave, and he put his hand on my leg, and I smacked it on